Hey there! How's it going? So, as I'm sure you noticed from the title, this video is about girly problems. And how to have a healthy, happy period holistically. So, let's get started. Alright, so when you look at things holistically, the number one thing you need to remember is that it's not a one cure fixes everything kind of a deal. You're going to have to look at all these different parts of you and how they fit together. So the first thing we're going to look at is lifestyle and food habits and how those affect your period. So the number one thing that I recommend to people who are having any kind of issue is to remember to stay hydrated. You need to drink water. It just splashed me in the eye. So you need to drink water. Your body is going to be going through a tremendous amount of stress trying to get all of this stuff that forms down in there when you're releasing the blood and the egg and all the other things that are all mysterious unless you research them. And so you're going to need to make sure that you have a lot of liquid going through you to help make sure that you don't get extra cramps because the muscle that's working to push things out is all dehydrated. So drink up your water. The second thing is to make sure that you're eating a relatively light and clean diet. Lighter and cleaner than you normally would for the rest of the month. So, depending on what your diet is usually like, you'll want to make it just kind of like reduce the amount of fat that you're eating, reduce the amount of protein, eat a lot more fresh fruits and vegetables, and avoid things like animal products of any kind, and just like be really gentle with yourself, but make sure you're eating enough still because your body's going to need a lot of energy to be doing everything that it's doing. So I recommend lots of fruit. Start your day off with a smoothie that's like got tons of bananas in it, like 5, 10 or more bananas, depending on how you usually eat, because not everyone is ready to go all crazy with the fruit. But definitely up the amount of fruit that you're having in the morning. At least 1 or 2 bunches of bananas. And then if it's wintertime like it is here, throw in a little bit of cinnamon or a little bit of cocoa powder, like some good raw cacao or carob. If you want a chocolatey flavor, that's especially good if you freeze the bananas, because then it comes out like a chocolate milkshake, but there's nothing really bad in it for you. And like tender leafy greens, but don't put a bunch of oily dressing on them, just like a little bit of lemon or orange, squeeze it over the top. It's really good and you'll feel a lot better than if you're putting some kind of oily dressing over it. It's a lot easier on your body. So yeah, eat light. Things like potatoes, pasta, with like just a simple red sauce that doesn't have a lot of oil and no meat or cheese in it. Just light stuff that your body can digest easily, that'll give you a lot of energy, lots of good carbs, that'll give you energy to move all of that stuff out of your body. So, also make sure that you're getting enough rest. Again, you're going to be going through extra work that your body's doing that it's not normally doing, so you're going to need a little bit more sleep. So make sure that you get at least an extra hour or 2 beyond what you normally would. Just sleep if you can until you're ready to wake up, and then if you have to get up early for something, just make sure you go to bed an hour or 2 early, and that'll help a lot too. So okay, this is the thing that has made the biggest difference in me for relieving cramping. Taking magnesium citrate supplements. Let me show you the ones I've been taking. It doesn't really matter what brand as long as it's like a good brand and not like some cheap crap you'd get at Walmart. But yeah, these are 200 milligram capsules, and you're supposed to take 2 of them every day. If you're like me and are kind of tight on money, I don't take them all the time. I pretty much just take them for my period. But that means that I need to take them for like 3 weeks. So there's like 1 week of the month that I don't take them, just because I'm trying to save a little bit of extra money. It's not going to kill you if you don't take a supplement all the time. So the reason why magnesium is so important, and one of my friends at the Earthship build taught me this, is because if you have a magnesium deficiency, which pretty much all of us do because it's been depleted out of the soil, and so it's not really in the foods that we're eating. Even if you eat a high produce organic diet, there's still going to be very little to no magnesium in most of what you're eating. So if you eat, or if you take these magnesium supplements, it's going to prevent the clotting that happens when you have magnesium deficiency in the blood that you're going to be releasing during your period. So if you have this magnesium deficiency, the blood that you need to be pumping out of your body will start to clot, and then your body has to push harder with the muscles to move those clots through your body. And that causes a lot of the cramps that we experience. Since I started taking magnesium, I hardly ever have any cramps unless I forgot. But you want to make sure that you're taking it before your period comes, so that while that blood is forming, it doesn't have time to clot. And so just make sure that you start taking it a week before you'd normally start PMSing, if your cycle is pretty regular. For me, it's usually around the full moon, but I had a lot of extra stress and like differences in my hormones and stuff because I started practicing celibacy, and so my period actually came late. I started planning this video last night, and then my period started this morning, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, so I actually didn't take my magnesium because I thought that my period wasn't going to come this month because it was like 2 weeks late. So yeah, just, I feel okay though. I was taking it a couple weeks ago, but I don't think that would have made much of a difference. But anyway, magnesium, very good. Iron, also really, really helpful during your period. I've always had low iron personally, even back when I was a meat eater in high school. I wouldn't eat enough food during my period because my cramps were so bad that I just couldn't stand to put anything else in my body. And so I actually passed out because I had such low iron and wasn't eating enough, and all I had to do was stand up too fast, and I just crashed and hit the floor and woke up and was like, oh god, why does my head hurt? Why am I on the floor? That was really scary. So yeah, make sure that you have enough iron and enough carbohydrates that you're eating every day, so that doesn't happen to you. Let's see, the other thing that is really helpful, people tend to get a lot of tension in their hips and lower back, and even all the way up into the neck. So making sure that you do just 10 minutes of stretching every day is really helpful. Any simple stretches that'll stretch the hips or the lower back, usually stuff that you learned in gym class or some basic yoga, will really do the trick. I can only make short videos right now with my camera, or I would show you some of the stretches that help me. But yeah, maybe I'll make another video. If you want to see a video about the stretches that are helpful, just put a comment below saying that you'd like to see that. And let's see, the other things are metaphysical things that I've found helpful. If you're into that sort of thing. If not, you can just end the video right now. And that would be, one is moonstone. Moonstone, that you just put the intention in it, just focus the intention of relaxation and balance into this little moonstone, and carry it with you in your pocket, and I find it really, really helpful. And then the other thing that's a metaphysical practice that helped me a lot is returning my blood to the earth. And this might sound weird and gross to some of you, but I've spent a lot of my time in nature, especially over the last year, and like living in camping situations and stuff, working as a cook on an earthship build in the desert, and then like other scenarios where, you know, we were going to the bathroom outdoors anyway, and so it wasn't like any different. But yeah, so if you use a cup, like a diva cup or a moon cup or goddess cup, whatever they're called, there's different brands. Those are also supposed to be very beneficial. I still need to invest in one personally, but I've had a good handful of friends tell me they've gotten really good results in reducing of cramping and just feeling really comfortable, more comfortable than they would with a tampon or a pad, using those cups. And so it's also a lot better for the environment too, to use a cup. But if you have a cup, you can just pour the blood into, you know, a little hole in the ground, just like scoop a little hole in the ground and then put the earth over it with, you know, some sort of thank you to the earth or whatever you want to say that's special and personal to you. And I just noticed that it really, it changed a lot for me with healing. Like, I felt like the earth was helping me to process through a lot of emotional healing that I was going through. I felt a lot less like I was doing it all on my own. So it's really a beautiful spiritual experience to return your blood to the earth. And so, yeah, those are my tips of things that I and a few people who I know have found really good benefits from when deciding to have a healthier, happier period. And I hope this video helps you a lot. If you have any tips of things that have worked for you, or if you have any, you know, requests or questions for other things that you want to hear about, either related to this or not, please put them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. And I hope that all of your periods from now on are a lot more smooth and happy and healthy. Much love, everyone. Bye.